Friday night was supposed to be Justin Verlander Day. His first start back at Minute Maid as a Houston Astro, something we never thought we were going to see. Instead, it was Jon Singleton. Like, what happened this weekend is one of the most remarkable, incredible stories we have ever seen in sports.
It's a great story.
Like, the fact his last home run was in 2015 for the Astros, and he went deep twice this weekend. Like, it's the bat flips A+. Like, everything about it was awesome. It's
he
like,
hits tanks and flips bats.
It's comeback player of the year. Give it to him. Like, why?
What's the old school
Why?
song?
Why not?
2 home runs in the entire season.
Honestly, I don't care.
It's clear you don't.
Yeah, you don't, and that's why you would never have a vote
It's
either.
not a real award anyways. It's a stupid award.
Oh, man.
We need to have isn't that the old school song? Big John.
Big Bad John.
Big Bad John.
Yeah.
We should whenever he does something good, we should have that bit,
That's a great
that audio, lined up because, again, we talk about Astros Twitter. You want to get anything? You want to talk about something that is one of the most divisive topics for Astros fans? Just throw Jon Singleton's name out there. I mean, if you like him, people come at you. If you don't like him, people come at you. If you say he doesn't deserve to be in the big leagues anymore, people come at you. When you hit the 2 home runs, he's not going to do it for a long time. Look at his numbers. Well, his numbers were from like 8 years ago.
It's weird to me, too, because, like, what's the downside? Like, Abreu's landed on the injured list. You were giving Bly Madris at bat. So, like, even if you're anti-Jon Singleton, he's playing over Bly Madris. Who cares? Like, I never understood the risk of Jon Singleton being called up. Like, I agree. There's a small chance of Jon Singleton having a reward. But there's literally no risk. The risk was that you put Bly Madris on waivers and nobody claimed him.
The reward
that was the risk.
That's exactly right.
The reward is that once a week he hits a tank shot and throws an awesome bat flip, and everyone and Twitter loves it.
The bat flip. I love his bat flips.
Oh, they're so good.
They're ferocious.
They are.
Is what they are. Big
He's
Bad
like,
John.
this is my moment. I'm showing up right now.
He just
Don't care.
swings that thing. You know what I was worried about too when he hit it? Both of them, honestly. I thought they were going to hook foul.
Yep.
I thought he flipped the bat and it was going to hook foul.
How about the fact that they almost landed in the exact same spot too? I mean, and they weren't just like excuse me jobs. They were hit well to where, my God, I mean. You guys know me. I should probably have a tire sponsor by now.
You gave up a lot of those? Is that what you're saying?
What?
You gave up a lot of those
no,
tanks?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm always the guy that says kick the tires. Yeah. Well, you got a chance to kick the tires on a guy that so far in the short term has done some things to make it look like at least he's better than what you've had to deal with and bring up in another situation where you bring up guys from Sugar Land and they're less than stellar. And now Abreu with the IL is the perfect opportunity where the door is wide open. Give him a shot.
Look, I think that it's fair to be reasonable and realistic with what he's going to be. Like, I don't think Jon Singleton's going to hit 300 and hit for a 40 home run pace, but could he be Joey Gallo? Could he hit 200, walk a lot, where he's getting on base 33% of the time, and then has the occasional home run? I think he can be your Joey Gallo. I think Todd the Show's the one who told me that on Twitter. Maybe somebody told me that he could
baseball.
be. Somebody told me he could be our Joey Gallo. I was like, you know what? That's a great comparison because Jon Singleton's probably going to flirt with a 200 batting average. He's going to strike out a lot. But Singleton's also going to walk. He has a very good eye. Spits on some tough pitches. So I think he's going to get on base over 30% of the time. So 200 batting average, 300 on base percentage, and he's going to hit a home run every now and then. Look, I feel better about that than what I felt about Jose Abreu. Sorry.
Well, and look, Alex points it out too, but it's pretty obvious. The way his footwork worked, was it yesterday or Saturday night, to slide to the high corner of the bag to give him some extra room to stretch out and get a ball. I don't see Abreu doing those kind of things. I mean, he's not going to hurt you defensively. He's not going to be Abreu.
It's the lumbar.
Okay, yeah, we'll let that slide as it seems like that's going to be the excuse for Abreu. But he looks like he's capable, serviceable, and maybe with the pop in his bat, a little better than that.
Good thing that the Rangers lost yesterday, because I think that we feel a little bit differently today. Like, we don't get upset with series victories. Can we critique a series finale loss? Absolutely. Do you not know who we are? We can critique anything.
That's right.
But
except Dusty.
You're going to be happy with a series win. If the Rangers would have swept San Francisco in San Francisco yesterday, I don't think that happiness level is there. I feel like the Rangers getting walked off by San Francisco in the 10th inning yesterday kind of saved the tone of the Astros series victory.
I think you're right. You and I were both watching that game after the Astros game too, and I think it's the way it all went down because of the fact that the Giants finally had a lead for the majority of that game yesterday, and with 2 outs in the 9th inning, found a way to allow it to get tied up. Then it looked like they were going to lose on a balk, and then thankfully, found a way to hit a walk-off and win it. But if they lose that game and the way that it would have happened for the Rangers, it would have exacerbated everything times 10. Because, one, now it does matter that you didn't sweep the Angels, and you thought that going into the series up for both teams, you thought the Giants, a really good team, were going to at least get one or two from the Rangers at home. That didn't happen. And if they had swept the Giants and you'd have lost the game and lost ground, I think you're absolutely right. I think we'd be talking about a different story with a orange drinking Kool-Aid fan base that would have their daubers down and start being deeply concerned about where this team is.
Not that I'm rooting for Maton to get hurt, but we know that Maton was pretty good at the start of the year.
Right.
Like this little regroup 15-day injured list, I think could maybe get Phil Maton back on track. I think this could get him going again. I think him not pitching for 2 weeks is going to be good for the remainder of the season for Phil Maton.
Well, you know what, Jeremy? I thought the same thing about Abreu when they put him on the IL. I thought, you know what? You and I, in all the full season of talking about Jose Abreu, my biggest thing was they just need to sit him down for a week or two, and he just needs to get right. Now, whether this was all season or not, and at least good on him for at least saying, I'm not going to use this as an excuse, but it has been there. If you can shut him down for a week or two.
The season, maybe?
And maybe for the rest of the regular season or close to it, but
Forever.
that's not going to happen because you still got to pay him.
This is going to end his career. It's a retirement. It's a career-ending injury, lower minor back strain.
I just think between him and Maton, some rest could do them both good. I mean, the same way we're talking about with pitchers and skipping them in the rotation and giving them more time to recover. There's no doubt Maton has been gassed, and he's been used as much and more than he's ever used in his career. He needs rest. Abreu needs maybe more than that, but at least we can start with rest. And now that we've got a viable option at first base with Jon Singleton, I think it's time for both of those guys to just try and get right mentally and physically and sit down for a while.
Yeah, I hope this was what was bothering Abreu. I mean, look, career numbers, back a baseball card. Abreu is old, and like players hit that pretty quickly, right?
Right.
Sometimes they do fall off a cliff. I am rooting that this was Abreu's woes in 2023. I hope that the back issue was the reason that he slowed down so much. I never expect Abreu to play to the back of his baseball card because he's in his late 30s. Is it fair to hope that Abreu is better next year and that he's under contract the year after that as well than he was this year because of back injuries? I hope. I hope that is the reason. I'm not going to say it is the reason, but I certainly hope that is the reason.